Welcome to episode 123 of the Character Unlock podcast. My name is Brooker.
Fuck. You cunt.
It's the count.
Joining us for the first time is the cunt. I mean, the count.
Hello.
Fucking belly. Joining me as always.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't
You
help
could.
it.
You could.
I couldn't.
Shut up. Keep it to yourself.
It's only a matter of time before I start singing Michael Jackson.
That would have been preferable to the really bad Sesame Street impression.
How do you do a Sesame Seed impression?
I don't know. You sit there quietly and do nothing.
Good shout. I'm going to do one right now.
Joining me as always is my good buddy John.
Hello.
And Lee.
Hello.
Not even a good buddy.
No,
anymore,
not today.
mate. You had your chance.
How are we doing, boys?
Great, thank you.
Pretty good, yeah.
That's made my day, actually, if I'm honest. But it was a close second, actually, to be fair. Second.
What beat it?
I took my lad bowling for the first time today, and he got a strike on his second shot.
Nice.
So that was a good moment for me.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Close second.
Close second. I'll take that over bowling with the lad. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Lads, it's fucking warm.
It is. I think you might need a new introduction a little bit, other than obviously that special guest we had a moment ago, the cat, who was great, by the way. I think you say, as always, my good friend John, but it's not as always, is it? It's as when he feels like turning up, my good friend John.
Well, yes.
Or should I say, like, as more often than not?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was actually closer to the truth.
I feel like, Brooks, you've definitely done the most episodes. I think you've only missed like 3 at a push. I'm probably pushing like 7 or 8. Lee missed like the first 80.
Well, yeah.
I think I missed the first 80.
Lack of commitment on your part there.
I think I've only missed one. I think one or two tops. I don't.
It's not been many of it.
I think I've missed one, and I think I purposely skipped out on one because I didn't want to sit with people and listen to them talking about fucking Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But to be fair,
I know you were on that one.
9 times out of 10, we try and postpone the recording at least somewhat. Just sometimes we can't postpone because I'm busy for far too long of it.
Yeah, if we can rearrange stuff so you can fit it in that week, that's great. But I mean, if you're going away or you've got somebody coming down to you and you're busy all week, you're kind of limiting your options then, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
We have lives. Even though we're all locked in the house and not allowed to do anything, we have lives. So you have to miss one. It's not a big deal. How the fuck?
To you, maybe.
Well, it's not to me, no.
Although to be fair, it didn't curb my ability to take the mick out of John. I just didn't get any comeback from him.
No.
That was the literal only difference between him being there and not.
Yeah, and I'm quite happy with that.
So we're all alright then.
Yeah, good.
Good. Boys, I'm stuck in my house. I'm having to fucking isolate.
Yeah, man.
This shit sucks.
Shit's going around.
Like, I've done so well, boys. I've been so careful since March last year when this kicked off. I broke the rules literally once. I've managed to be in the office all the time I'm required in the office. Fucking rolled in to do work a favour on Sunday and sat next to somebody who literally looked and sounded like freshly microwaved death. And and now I'm isolating.
What a douchebag!
As is half the room he works with as well. Like, he's taken out an entire team. That dude.
Yeah, that was fucking dozy of him, wasn't it? Some people, man, they're just fucking retarded.
Every day.
Although I think it's part and parcel a little bit with the capitalist culture that we've got going on. That it's difficult to take time off sick, especially if you're going to be penalised in your wages for
Yeah,
it.
it is the culture we live in. I tried to say that. I tried to tell us to the guys at work. When I left school, I worked in a factory. I did an apprenticeship and done a load of stuff. But I worked in a place where, and I come from a family who, like, really don't like you taking time off sick, and really kind of look down on you taking time off sick. So I would go into work unless I was literally dead. I would be in work. I think in my entire life I've maybe taken 10 days off of work in total sick. And like a week of that was one time when I had the flu and it properly knocked me on my ass. I just don't take time off. But we've kind of sleepwalked into this position we're in now where, people don't want to take time off work because they're looked down upon for it. So what they do is they roll into work and make everybody fucking sick.
Yep.
Yeah. Normally that's not so much of a big issue. Don't get me wrong. I've seen the numbers. Yes, it is a big issue because obviously if one person rolls in with a cold, every fucker gets a cold and somebody's going to take time off sick because not everybody has the same work ethic.
Yeah.
But the issue is with this is that you are forced to isolate if somebody else has it. And in the case of small offices with 10, 15 people in, everybody in the office could land up being in isolation if someone with a confirmed cases at work. It's just bananas, really.
Yeah.
You can't, especially, it's probably not quite as bad for a business like yourself, but I mean, sort of like factory workers and things like that. If 15 of them go home,
it brings factories
shut down the whole shift.
Yeah, it brings factories to a standstill.
Like, and obviously in the case of where I work as well, one driver catching it, you can kind of get away with not doing it. But drivers across the country now are so hard to get hold of. If you lose one or two drivers, you're fucking up shit creek. Now you can't get stuff to the customers. It's bizarre. It's utter shitstorm at the minute. Things going on.
It really is. It really, and I think it is a perfect storm of shit like this. The whole COVID thing and how infectious it is and how bad, and it's so bad that we're still in this point where, if you're near somebody that's got it confirmed, you have to fucking hide away for 10 days. Yeah, and like you said, this entire fucking capitalist culture that we work in, where, like, mate, I've spent the last, what are we on today? Wednesday. So I've been isolating since Sunday afternoon. One, I've never wanted to go outside so much. Like, I fucking hate the outside. If I could stay in my house all the time, I would.
I know, man. You are whiter than a can of Dulux straight paint.
I am. But the problem is, now I'm not allowed to go outside. I really fucking want to.
Yeah.
But it's but it's like if I took a week off of work, it would be great because I could sit in there, I could play my games, I could watch my films, and if I fancied a fucking pizza, I could nip over to Asda and grab a pizza and a bar of chocolate and a can of Coke and whatever. But I'm like, I fancy a pizza. Tough shit. Just tough shit. You can't go outside. You can't go to the shops. Oh, I fancy a bag of
get
crisps.
One of those little robot deliveries.
Yeah, I'm tempted. I want to try it. This might be the time when I try all sorts, like the same day Morrison's delivery if you've got Amazon Prime. I'll see if Morrison's will deliver me a pie, because I'm kind of fancying a pie right now.
I would like a fresh pie.
What kind of pie?
Beef and onion.
Good shout. I'm a big fan of the steak and steak and anything, frankly.
The steak and kidney pie.
I do like steak and kidney. I like steak and onion. I like just steak.
I like steak and onion. I like beef and onion. Steak and kidney is a little too northern for me. I can't deal with the kidney. I don't really like
cheese.
Morrison's
steak.
Morrison's used to do a great like chicken tikka pie, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, those chicken tikka pies are pretty lit.
I don't know if they still do, so it might be time for me to find out.
Oh yeah, you can kind of take or leave that one if I'm honest. I don't mind. Actually, no, I can take or leave that one. I would give it a go. But if there's any other option, I would take that. It
has been a long time, so they might now be shit, and they might just not do them anymore. But I remember having quite fond memories of them.
I had a steak and Stilton pie not that long ago.
Steak and cheese, mate. Win-win. Delicious.
Yeah, not a big Stilton fan. Not a fan of Stilton at all. Not even a small one. I'm just not a fan of Stilton at all.
Yeah. I had an all-day breakfast pie. That was fucking weird.
I could get behind that.
Yeah. 100%.
It was literally just sausages, bacon, and scrambled eggs in a pie.
Nice.
Like I said, it was kind of weird.
That sounds great. This is a game changer, boys. I might have to make one. But yeah, so I'm stuck in the house, and the problem is, actually, the biggest issue I've got is it's kicked my anxiety into overload. So even though I've got a load of free time off, and I'm kind of half working, sat at my table, just kind of talking to people at work, I'm just not in a fucking mood to do anything. Yeah, I'm like, oh, what shall I do? Oh, I'm not gonna play games. But I could play games. No, I'm not gonna play games. I can't be arsed. I could read my books. Nah, I can't be bothered. Let's watch some films. Nah. So
yeah, you're literally stuck at home, and you kind of feel bad for doing something fun because you're not allowed to do things.
Yeah, it's less that. It's more I'm spiraling a little bit, kind of sat in my house, anxious and frankly angry. But yeah, it's not a fun time at the moment. I'll be honest.
You cut out a little bit there, and it sounded like you sound like you intentionally bleeped yourself with the swear word. So it was perfect timing.
No, I didn't.
Classic.
Anyways, let's talk about some fun stuff. Where shall we begin? Do we want to begin with stupid, expensive fucking video games and go on from there?
Okay.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
Who wants to take this then, or should I take it?
So obviously, as you know, over the last few weeks, I've spent a fair whack of time playing Skylanders with my lad. So I have bought a lot of Skylanders.
Have you bought £1.5 million worth?
I worked out roughly about 400 quid's worth.
Fucking hell.
I think. That's a push. I don't.
Jesus.
I'm just having a guess, and I'm saying it quietly. But basically, I've got sort of four games on. We've got 2 on the Xbox One, and 2 on the Xbox 360. Most the 360 ones are really cheap, but for fucking love nor money, you cannot pick up the Xbox One versions. So they were both really expensive, sort of 80 quid a piece.
Bloody hell.
For a God knows how old game. I mean, with the portal and a couple of characters and whatnot. And obviously you got loads of characters and some of a couple of them that he really, really kept saying that he wanted, and I was reluctant to buy were like 25 quid a piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking at 400 quid. And then this fucking guy out of nowhere just buys one fucking copy of Super Mario 64 for $1.5 million. Coolly drops it down. Boom, gone. Although I've still got a fucking shitload more stuff to show for my money.
Yeah, and he'll never be able to open that, whereas you can play Skylanders with the boy.
Yeah, and
I was going to say, at 1.5 million, he probably can't really show it to people in general, because that's 1.5 million pounds that someone could just walk off with, or ruin for him by opening.
Or sun damage.
So the article I'm reading about it says that the auction house said there were fewer than 5 copies in such good condition. So 4. There are 4 copies in such good condition. But yeah, he's not showing that to anybody, lads, because that fuck will get stolen quick.
That'll just get in. That'll be in a bank vault, wouldn't it, or some shit?
Yeah.
And sold in 20 years for some more cash.
Yeah.
It's just investment. Things like that are just investments now. That's the thing. They are pretty genuinely good investments, though, because somebody out there is always going to be willing to invest their money in for the same reason.
Oh, of course.
It's like art. Even if that fucking art makes no sense to you, and you just like, I can knock out an art gallery in 20 minutes. There's none of it means shit. But I know that if I bought a piece of that art, in theory, at some point, it would be worth some more money.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Although on the plus side, even with these Skylanders, Arthur's getting to play with them, but they will genuinely retain their price. I mean, Skylanders, the last one came out like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And the characters are still eBaying in 25 quid a pop, some of them.
Yeah.
So, there's a good chance that when the next Skylanders come out, and in theory, every Skylander works on that game, that's when I'll start flipping all of his spares and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get the thing. I mean, we said it before we started recording. I think we've said it every time Nintendo have done one of their stupid fucking forced limited editions for their games. People spend the money on Nintendo stuff. Nintendo games will always rake it in. I mean, I don't collect games. I buy the games I want to buy, I play them, and I get rid of them. If they're digital, I can't sell them on anyway. You know, I don't keep games anymore, but I mean, I've got a relatively decent collection of some stuff upstairs. You know, I've got some pretty fucking expensive and very, very rare steelbooks in my Blu-ray collection that will sell for a fair whack more than I paid for them, but they're not really an investment. It's just my collection.
Well, this is it. It's your collection, but alternatively, it's technically an investment also.
When I go under a bus, the wife can sell it to pay for my funeral, or the wife can throw me in the River Thames and sell it to buy herself a new car. Either way, I won't care. I'll be dead.
Good shout.
Okay, that was Super Mario 64. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I think we kind of need to preface this with, lads, we are scraping the fucking bottom of the barrel for some news to talk about this week.
Yeah,
we're talking
this
about
is a funny one, and the only reason I like the look of this, I should say like the look of it, like the sound of it, is merely because it's got Korra from Avatar.
Yeah,
the Legend of Korra, and I'm a huge fan of both of the cartoons. But will I get the game? No, probably not, because PlayStation All Stars was a steaming pile of shit, and that had some great characters in it.
Yes, it was.
That had some absolutely brilliant. That had what's his face from what's it?
What's his face from What's It? This
Tom
is
McGrath from Infamous, and it had didn't it have Parappa the Rapper? Yeah, it had Nathan Drake, didn't it, from Uncharted?
Yep.
It had some wicked characters in it, but the game was a pile of shit. Mostly because most brawlers are shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
vast majority, way over majority-wise. If you lined up every brawler, the vast majority of them would be pants. I think there's been like 2 good ones.
Outside of Smash, what good ones are there?
There's Brawlhalla, which is supposed to be great.
I have heard of Brawlhalla. I have not played it, so I will have to take your word for it.
So I can't.
What was the one that was like forever in beta or alpha, and it was like loads of animals? I can't fucking remember.
Then there was Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda had one, mate, and it was
and
it was terrible.
There's only like 8 characters in Kung Fu Panda.
No, there's fucking loads of characters, but the game was fucking abysmal. It was free at one point on gold, so I tried it, and it was because I thought that. Oh, I think I tried it because I was downloading things to see if Arthur would play them, and he likes the movies. So I thought, I'll get this. It was shit. It was also like even as far as movie tie-in games go, this one was bad. This one was so bad. It was worse than Fogs, mate. It was awful.
Worse than Fogs.
Worse than fucking Fogs.
Wow, that's damning indeed.
Fogs, it's a low bar, man. It's a low bar. But yeah, so I mean. Yeah, I don't see how it's going to work. I think that would have been better sticking to a cartoon style 2D. I mean, look how good Dragon Ball FighterZ has done, sticking to its sort of art style, but making it work in a 2D, and it works so well. Whereas I think they're going to try. Some of the characters are going to be realised. Otherwise, the artwork's going to look really weird.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can't keep all of these characters are 2D because they're all cartoon. But you can you have a 2D brawler? I mean, in theory, I suppose, but it's going to look weird, ain't it? Because all the others are sort of partial 2D/3D.
Yes.
2.5D. 2.5D.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll hold my reservations until it comes out. I'm not expecting a miracle on this.
No.
But I would like it to be cool.
I would like it to be a budget release title because it's the kind of game, because it's coming out on Switch, it's the kind of game that I can get for Nagita.
For 60 quid on Switch, though.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I won't pay 60 quid for it. But you know, like when a game comes out, like we're about to talk about Manhunter. Manhunter, when it came out, was 30 quid.
Yeah.
That's the price I can get behind for a brand new game that I know nothing about. That's the price I can get behind to kind of pick it up and go, well, I saw this and it's got a load of shit in it that you watch. Have at it. If you don't like it, let me know. It can just go in the pile for when we eventually sell one or both of the Switches.
I mean, there is a wealth of characters to go at. So, in theory, the nostalgia slash just kind of sort of get that Disney Infinity feeling going for it. It's the amount of characters potential that they could have on there could make it worth looking into. But I still
the
think
problem
the
is if they
game's
start
suck.
considering doing like loads of DLC for loads of extra Nickelodeon characters.
Well, it's a fighting game, mate. They all do it. They're all seasoned. Every fighting game's a season now, isn't it? They're all seasoned. I'm sure they are.
True.
They're like, oh, we've got 4 characters this season, then we'll release a new version, upgraded +1, and then we'll do 4 more, and then we'll release a new version of the games upgraded +1 and 2. And it's just like, I mean, fucking Street Fighter 5's had about 20 different pissing versions, and they're still releasing characters, and the game still sucks. So, fuck knows.
I'm telling you, I'll take it. You know, Nickelodeon has a. I'm pretty sure Nickelodeon has. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I'll take a bit of Midnight Society for a beat 'em up. Shit, yeah, son.
Yeah, depends how much they spread it out a bit as well, because Nickelodeon's a big company owned by multiples again, similar to the sort of Disney-esque thing. So, I mean, they could reach into other stuff too to pull out, but you know, who knows? We'll see.
2 quick ones, I suppose. Then, Maneater, after like a year and a half, 2 years, is getting. Well, not a year and a half. It's getting some DLC. What do we think?
So it's
following the events from the main game, the Truth Quest expansion sees the return of narrator Trip Westhaven. Going from nature documentary to full-blown conspiracy theorist, you'll be playing as a mutated bull shark, only this time investigating the Naval Wildlife Organization's nefarious goings-on under Port Clovis.
So a new area.
Yeah.
Level, higher level. I don't think it starts until you're 35 at least. And then loads of new mutagens and stuff. So, you know, mate, I didn't dislike it. And didn't it have its X upgrade?
It did. It got an upgrade for the X and PS5. Looks good on PS5. I played it on PS5.
I've not played it, but I will probably play the DLC because, you know, it was a good palate cleanser, and I think as long as they can fetch sort of 6 hours.
Yeah, it was.
Because they're expecting, I reckon they're probably going to be expecting 10 to 15 quid. It'd be about 12 quid, wouldn't it, normally, DLC over here?
I mean, I don't. Yeah. I would probably pick it up when it rolls into a sale. Not because I think the quality is going to be low, but just because I'm not in a rush to play it. I've not got the disc installed and ready to go, desperate to get on and play some more. So as and when it rolls around a little bit cheaper, I might pick it up. But I will definitely pick it up because, like you say, Maneater was a really good palate cleanser. Pretty sure that was how I cleared my... No, it wasn't. It was before Last of Us. I definitely played it after something. It was perfect for just for getting me out of the funk. It was a shitload of fun. It was just dumb, silly fun. Did exactly what it said it was going to do on the tin. I had no complaints.
Couple of laughs.
Yeah.
A couple. Could have done more, but it was a couple.
Yeah.
Could have done with some swearing, if I'm absolutely honest.
Yeah, considering
could have done with an adult mode.
Well, considering it was an 18 rated game.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Considering it was an 18 rated game, I didn't expect
was
to
swear. Was it 18? I thought it was a 12.
No, 18 rated.
Yeah. It's sharks.
Oh, okay. Well, then it definitely should have had some fucking swearing.
Well, the fucking swearing was bleeped out, wasn't it? Because it was in that TV documentary, like Discovery Plus style.
Yeah.
But it was a shitload of fun, and I would definitely play more. If they could fucking hurry up and release it on Switch, that'd be great. Because they promised a Switch version, and it's not happening, or it's not happened yet. They need to hurry the fuck up. And finally, real quick, because I don't suppose this interests anybody except me. Tango Gameworks have announced that they are delaying Ghostwire Tokyo into early 2022. So we want to get the game to you. We want to get the game in your hands as soon as possible, so you can experience the unforgettable version of a haunted Tokyo that we've been hard at work building. At the same time, we're also focused on protecting the health of everyone at Tango. Our new release window will give us time to bring the world of Ghostwire to life as we've always envisioned it. So yeah, this is more pandemic delays. So, yeah, shit happens. Have a fair amount of time for Tango Gameworks. I'm not the biggest fan of The Evil Within, but it looked good. It played all right. Just wasn't my favourite. I'm very excited for Ghostwire, so they can take their time happily. I've got enough to play this year, back into this year, so yeah, I'm happy to wait.
Yeah, it's 2022 for the PlayStation and Windows version, and then the Xbox One's the 2023.
Yeah, so because it's a Bethesda game, so it will come to Game
What was
Pass.
originally probably never going to go onto Xbox is now just delayed for a year.
Yeah, I don't
An
know.
extra year.
Yeah, I don't know if it was never going to go. I know that they had the exclusivity deal, but I think it was always for a year. I don't think it was. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will still turn up on Xbox and it will come to Game Pass early 2023. But I'll 100% buy it for PlayStation because I'm looking forward to playing it. And more horror games, yes please. I'll always pay for a good horror game. Right, that's it, I think, for news.
Yeah, not a lot going
It's fuck all
down.
going. So, before we do what we've been playing, because I don't know what we've got, but I've literally got one game.
Yeah, I've not got a lot.
Last night, when we were talking about today's episode, I posed you guys a question.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to think of an answer for my question?
Yeah, well, I took a shit at about 7 o'clock.
Cool.
So that gave me 10 minutes roughly,
Fair enough.
end to end, to just have a quick think about it. So,
10 minutes end to end? Was it just one
end to end.
long...
It was just one long 10-minute, mate.
It's like pulling an extension lead out of the reel.
Yeah, basically. I don't have a normal flushable toilet. It's just a bucket that I've got a flappy hole on the bottom, so I don't have to worry about blockages and stuff.
Nice. Just shitting in the garden. It's all good.
More or less.
And this only came about because we're like, well, there's fuck all news going on and we want to fill a bit of time in. So now and even though we've got some news to talk about, my question to you guys, name us a franchise that you would like to see in your favourite genre. So, what was my example? My example was, if racing games are your favourite thing, would you, let's get a Far Cry themed racing game. Let's not, because that sounds really fucking shit. But that was my
So
example.
you don't want a Far Cry Mario Kart?
No, I do not. Unless all of the characters are like bubblehead versions of the bad guys, because that would be awesome.
I could get behind that. I mean, if it's Mario Kart style, then yeah, you probably would need to go slightly
just a
strange.
bubblehead fast chasing people around, lobbing LSD at them. Be great. So who wants to go first? I mean, it doesn't need to be a long explanation or a long answer. Just fill a bit of time. So.
I may have thought about it the wrong way round.
Okay.
Likewise, probably.
In that I've gone with my favourite gaming franchise and chose a different style of game.
Okay, I can go for that.
But I'll have a think about the other one whilst you guys are talking, and I'll come up with another one. But so what I thought was, as we are awaiting a potential Darksiders 4, obviously, for those of you that know, Darksiders, the first one was centered around war, and the second was centered around death, and the third was centered around fury. So we are left with Strife, who typically is a dual large, probably 100 caliber hand cannons carrying fucking badass with a bit of a cocksure attitude, and has the ability to is that a spoiler? Who cares? Has the ability to morph quite obviously by magic or some other means into other characters. So I thought kind of hybrid shooter slash stealth game in very similar style to maybe Dishonored,
Okay.
but with Strife in the Darksiders universe, I thought would make a relatively interesting game.
That would be pretty cool.
So that was mine.
I could get behind that. John?
So I'm with Lee, and I've gone with preferred franchise to a different game in it. So mine is more than likely, as you'll guess, Mass Effect. But my thought was a Mass Effect RTS game. So set
So
early on.
StarCraft.
Yeah, so set like early on in the Mass Effect timeline, so pre-Shepard style. So the galaxy is at war with each other. So like first contact war between the humans and the Turians style time. And then you could also add in the conflicts between, say, the Quarians and the Geth, plus the Krogan and everyone else, everyone against the Ragni. So that there's quite a lot of different species to go with, and in theory, you probably could have everyone versus the Reapers, but I think that'd be a pretty shitty RTS because there's not comparison. But at the same time, was also contemplating what if Mass Effect had a XCOM equivalent.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think rather than an RTS, because I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I paleted Halo Wars simply because it was in the universe, but I think I would generally bend easier for an XCOM style.
This kind of conversation is exactly how Halo Wars came about, guaranteed.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I mean, don't get me wrong, it worked. It just and it was easy enough to get your foot in so you could play it. But I don't like RTSs all that much.
Fair enough.
But XCOM would be a great shout for Mass Effect.
Yeah. I think there might have already been an XCOM style Mass Effect. I think it was on mobile only though.
Yeah, but yeah.
And
okay,
you basically played as Jacob.
You got something for free, didn't you, in the game? That's the only reason I pushed through that one.
I don't think I had the necessary phone because it wasn't available on iOS. I think it was an Android exclusive game as it at the time. I think.
I can't remember.
It was before Mass Effect 2, or during Mass Effect. I know it was set before 2, but I can't remember when it came out. It was a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
Brooks?
I mean, I really pushed the boat out, and I think we should have like a stealth, assassin-y kind of like full-on stealth Assassin's Creed game. That would be really nice. Seems like something I could get behind.
Yeah.
In reality, my actual idea, I mean, not a million miles away. You guys have not played Killzone Shadowfall, have you?
No.
No. Okay. So in Killzone Shadowfall, there is a character called Echo. Echo is a half Helghast kind of double agent, and I would really like to see a game with her, which actually is like a stealth action adventure kind of game, like Deus Ex kind of game, but in that Killzone universe where I get to play as her and bring down the Helghast from within, just because it would be kind of cool. That was my idea.
Yeah, good shout.
Frankly, I just want another Killzone game. And I would play any Killzone game that's put in front of me right now. But I would, just because obviously the shooter thing, I really enjoyed Killzone shooters, but I would take like a stealth action version, playing as a Helghast, just as a bit of a change.
Yeah. Plus, it'd be nice to see the universe again.
It's such a cool universe. I do think it was wasted, and obviously we're not going to get any more because Guerrilla are busy with Horizon. And I'm not sad that they're making Horizon because Horizon is fucking great. I'm just sad that there's no more Killzone. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a bit of fun. Turn the cogs on your brain for a couple of minutes. Shall we talk about what we've been playing?
Well, on the flip side of sticking any old franchise into your favourite game type, I don't know how limited the franchises I can think of would be any good for sticking them into a Metroidvania, because a lot of them would take a lot of kind of, I don't know, working out, I guess. I think they could do it with a few of them, but others they'd find quite difficult. So I reckon Ratchet and Clank would be a good one to be a Metroidvania, and because you can go forward and you can pick up new items and go back.
Yeah.
It's basically what you did on the first few games anyway, except in 3D.
Yeah.
I think you could probably put Destiny into a Metroidvania. Play as the original Vanguard, so Cayde, Cora, and Zavala.
Yeah, but then the problem is with putting it as Destiny is that it'd just be, it'd RNG and it'd never fucking give me anything. Basically. But, I think quite a lot of all of my favourite kind of franchises would technically work in one way or another with Metroidvania. It's just whether they can pull it off. So, yeah. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll get... I mean, they're all the rage now. There's a lot coming out. There's a lot of junk coming out as well, but there's a lot coming out.
I think it's because they're quite cheap to make in comparison to a lot of other games, though, aren't they? So
they're a lot easier to add DLC and stuff into as well.
Yeah. So a smaller indie studio can make quite a large portion of game as a proof of concept before selling it on. So I think it works quite well for companies trying to get their foot in the door. I mean, it doesn't always work. And I think that's the same for a lot of pretty much anything that rolls on a 2D platform. They're cheaper and easier. I'm not saying they're easy. They're easier to make than other games. I still could never fucking make one.
Yeah. And then I think the only other one I think that I would like to see is an open world sandbox game of The Fighter Within. Can you imagine?
Fucking hell.
But the only way you can walk around the map is by standing on a treadmill and walking. That would be so shit. Oh god, that game was fucking awful. It's so bad. Oh, I'm so glad that they ditched the Kinect, because
it was awful. It was the fucking worst idea.
It's the pits, that game was.
We were watching. What were we watching? Oh, fucking Big Bang Theory. And obviously, Big Bang Theory now is like a time capsule for the tech that was going on, the tech that was around at the time it was filmed. And about halfway through the series, there's an episode where they're playing that stupid fucking Star Wars Kinect Dancer game. Which,
God.
Lads, I look at it and I'm just like, I can't believe, people will buy fucking anything because it says Star Wars on it. Jesus Christ. It is the fucking worst. Yeah.
Insane. Mate, insane.
Absolutely brilliant. Right. Let's talk about some games we've been playing. John.
Okay, so you know how there was like a Steam summer sale recently?
I heard rumblings of it, yes. What did you buy?
2 Point Hospital.
Everything.
And all of the DLC on 2 Point Hospital.
Nice.
Really? That is a lot of content.
That is an awful lot of content. That's like buying all of City Skylines, man. It's just so much.
I already own
to
all
that,
of
right?
City Skylines anyway.
Your £1,500 top spec PC can handle 2 Point, then I presume.
Just about, yeah.
Good. That's good to know. I'm so happy that you spent all that money on 2 Point.
Well,
spent £4,000 on a brand new gaming rig. Buys an isometric RTS game.
To be honest, I've played other games, but I spent I say I spent a small fortune. I spent a summer sale equivalent of on 2 Point Hospital, which was like 15 quid for all of the 2 Point content.
You can't
Played-
ask for 15 quid for
You
all
can't.
that.
For all
is a
that
lot of
content, there's a lot of content in that game. For 15 quid, that is
Yeah.
good.
And I already owned all of the City Skylines content anyway. Again, that only cost me like 20 quid like 2 years ago
Yeah.
for all of it. The only thing I don't have on City Skylines is all the radio packs because they never go on sale. And do I really need to be able to listen to a lot of like really shit 1960s music?
No.
Probably not.
No, absolutely not.
Do you
These
really
games-
need to play City Skylines? Probably not.
The thing
No,
is,
I
these
do
games
enjoy
are meant for PC, man. I don't care how optimized they are on consoles. I
Guff on console.
I booted up 2 Point Hospital on the Xbox, and like Nikita really wanted to play it as well. And I'm like, I can't. Sweetheart, this is awful. This needs a mouse and keyboard. This is how this game is meant to be played. And maybe I'm just
You can
getting
play
old.
mouse and keyboard on your Xbox now, by the way.
No, fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't think I have a
work with
USB mouse anywhere, a USB mouse and keyboard anywhere in my house. I'll be honest.
Oh, right, yeah. Cool.
I didn't know. That's fair enough. I might, invest in a whole £9.99 keyboard and mouse set and give it a bash. But yeah, these games they're meant for PC, man, 100%.
Yeah. What else have I played? I played a fair amount of Destiny 2 with Nathan because he's got all the DLC now because Steam Summer Sale happened.
Yeah.
And crossplay is coming next season, which is in like 40 days' time.
Nice.
Yay.
So Lee can
PC
join in at that
cheaters.
point. Whatever. And
To be fair, it's not going to make jack all difference to me because I don't play versus anyway.
No, it'll be,
Not anymore.
you'll 90% of the time you'll be playing it'll probably be with myself or Nate in whatever.
And frankly,
so-
Nate needs a fucking aimbot anyway. To be fair, so it might be helpful.
Nice. But Destiny's actually insanely easy on PC because, well, it's a lot
You've got an
easier to
aimbot.
shoot. Yeah, that too. What else have I played? Warzone again, mostly just for the sake of the fun of it.
Which is Warzone? It keeps
Call of
confusing
Duty.
me. It's Call of Duty Warzone. That's not the game though, is it?
Call of
it's
Duty Warzone's the
Rumble game.
Warzone is standalone now, so
Right.
it was part of Modern Warfare. They then made
Okay.
it standalone, and Black Ops Cold War fits into Warzone as well. So at the
It's all a
moment,
bit confusing to me. So
Yeah.
Warzone's basically the PUBG bit of it, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. I've seen some funny videos on it, to be fair, but other than that, it's not got any further on my radar.
I've had a couple of games on it. I don't mind it, but I mean, it's at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you colour it in as. It's still Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's still Call of Duty. It's a battle royale, and it's currently running the Black Ops Cold War. So it's the maps changed to the Cold War equivalent. So there's a fair amount of minor differences to the map. Like some of the structures aren't built because they, for some reason, got a weird tie-in with Rambo and Die Hard.
Yes,
The
hasn't got
build-
John McClane in it.
Yeah, so the built tower originally, when in the original Warzone was fully constructed, obviously, they then put it under construction for the Cold War when they changed it to the Cold War one. And since the John McClane Rambo, they've turned it into the Nakatomi Plaza. So the downtown section just has Nakatomi Plaza just in the middle of it.
Brilliant.
It's kind of funny.
And with every update that they've put out recently, they've been changing the Gulag equivalent map. So
Okay.
when you get killed in Warzone, you get taken to the Gulag, and if you win in the Gulag against one other person, you get brought back to life, which is a pretty cool mechanic. So but they keep changing the map. So it was originally like Gulag showers from like Modern Warfare 2, I think. It then became Nuketown, I think, at one point, and I can't remember the map. Rundown, possibly.
Okay.
But at the moment now, I think it's based on like an airport, but I can't remember. So yeah, Warzone. And I played Football Manager for a bit, but because I forgot to cloud save up from my laptop's one, so I've now got like starting from scratch. I can't be asked with that anymore.
Fair enough.
But that's about it, really.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yarp.
I do feel like at some point I need to like install Warzone and kind of jump on have a play, but it's so big. It takes up so much room.
Yeah, it's fucking huge, and you can't really only just have that part.
No, you can't. But yeah, I do kind of want to have. I think like some of the guys at work play it. Honestly, if I'm going to spend time getting into a multiplayer game, it honestly might be Battlefield later on in the year. If any multiplayer game is going to get my time this year, I think it will probably be Battlefield. Which I saw EA are playing dickheads with their FIFA as well, weren't they? So no free next gen upgrades if you buy a PS4 version of FIFA.
I think.
And Battlefield, I think, is the same.
So the new FIFA that's coming out, this is like half news. The upgraded content version is only on PS5 and on Series XS. The PC version is just getting the classic equivalent.
Nice.
So yeah, PC players are getting shafted essentially.
Makes a change.
Lee, what have you been playing, sir?
I haven't played a lot. I have played and finished this month's challenge game.
We can talk about that next time, because I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. You will probably be the only one that has finished that game by the time we get to the next episode. I've played it for 20 minutes, and it's one of the worst fucking games I've ever played.
It gets marginally less bad.
I've played it for
the first level is pants. There's three sort of biomes after that actually aren't too bad. But yeah, we'll talk about that next time. The only other game I've played is Biomutant because it's so fucking big. To be fair, I've not had a lot of game time this last couple of weeks, but it is so big. I just find myself on that for forever.
Is it still enjoyable though? Because I tend to I find I get to a point where if a game's that big and it's swallowing up all of my game time, I'm like, well, this isn't fun though.
I kind of did like it up until last night. There was two things last night, two bugs last night that got me with two separate bugs, and it really fucks me off. That I've got a funny feeling that they're never going to fix. There was basically three. I managed to bodge one and fix one, but there's nothing on the internet about the other two. There's nothing anywhere, and I can't seem to fix them. So basically, I know that there's challenges and achievements and whatever in the game that you collect by unlocking every location. And to unlock a location, you go there and you do all of the collectibles in that particular location, whatever they may be, old world gadgets or lifting weights or finding what is called superb loot. So superb loot can be in the same place as all of the other loot. The only difference is the item that you're collecting it from generally shines orange or possibly pink if you're lucky. And I don't know, man. It's a shitter because these two locations, one of them is just a petrol station, and there is nothing there. There is fucking nothing there. There was three items. There was two cars, and there was one health pack. And I picked up all three of those, and it says I've only collected one superb loot. And I scoured this fucking petrol station that can't have been bigger than a postage stamp for this last one, and it's not there. And people, when you go on like it does happen. People say sometimes you'll pick up a superb loot, but it won't register. I'm like, oh, fucking fantastic. And it
That's
looks
not what
like
you
that's
wanted.
happened to me in 2 separate locations. But it wouldn't mind so much if there was A way of fixing it, or B, the game wasn't so fucking big that it relied on you not getting this bug at any point in the whole play through without ruining 3+ whatever achievements.
Jesus.
And you get bonuses. You get bonuses for doing these places and stuff. You know, sometimes you'll need to do a whole place so that somebody will talk to you about a mission or something like that. So there is intrinsic parts of the story that it's related to. This one, the two that got me yesterday, not so much. But if it happened to you on one of those, you're up shit creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
Basically.
That
There was
fucking
one.
sucks.
There was basically 11. There was 11 bandit camps to take over. It's quite funny. I mean, the bandits are just like big fucking walking 2-legged rats that just swing bats at you and stuff. It's quite funny. It's quite funny to look at, and the fur effects on it are good. Probably one of the best things in the game. Actually, the fur effects are.
Yeah.
But like, I got to the 9th one and I took it over, but the waypoint didn't move. I was like, oh fuck, here we go. Luckily, when I zoomed, there's two missions. There's 2 side missions. One of them was to do the bandit camps, and there was another side mission for releasing pilgrims from capture.
Yeah.
Luckily, there is a pilgrim in every camp. So I did the pilgrim mission instead, found the other 2 camps on the map, which are obviously unmarked because there's no waypoint, did those, and then did a little bit of saving and reloading and stuff, and it jigged it up and it all sorted itself out eventually. But I was like, for fuck's sake, you don't need, like, we've already put in like 30, 40 hours probably.
Yeah.
You don't need shit start going wrong. And twice in one night, I was like, I'm about fucking, and I weren't in the best headspace for being pissed off yesterday.
Yeah.
And the game chose yesterday as the day to really start trying to fuck me about. Not his greatest moment.
Doesn't take long to sour a game when it's like that, though, does it? It sucks when it gets to that point.
Well, I've just, I think the problem was with Biomutant, it doesn't force you to do anything.
Okay.
And I think that the game should have forced you to do some of the main story missions first, because generally what you guys would probably attest to this as well, is you just start collecting everything around you and work your way out.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of get addicted to getting to the next place or you'll set up a waypoint to go to your story mission, and you'll do every little thing that you walk through on the way there.
Yeah.
That's a negative in this game, because what happens is you get quite a lot of these places you can't do any of the stuff because you need gear from doing the main missions.
Yeah. See, this I got a lot of that. Well, that's how I used to play AC games. And then, excuse me, and then you got Odyssey and Valhalla, where you would try and do that, but you're not geared up for half the shit you meet between A and B. So, and for me, that I find that becomes it becomes a real fucking annoyance. I'm like, well, if you're not gonna let me just jump in and play.
There's no check-in system for this either.
Yeah.
So I took notes of the places that I hadn't finished, so that I could go back and do them. But any game that has equipment or locks something out, but still allows you the freedom to do whatever you want, can go fuck itself.
Yep.
Just let me get the gear, and then it says, "Oh, now it'd be nice if you just did a load of the story stuff."
Yeah.
And then you had kind of a break in the story that was written into the story and says, well, now's probably a good chance to go around and fucking get some shit done, or something like that.
Yeah.
Because then you know that you're safe to just fucking do what you want.
Yeah. Again, Assassin's Creed. You've got an entire open world that you've got access to from the beginning, but 95% of it you're not leveled enough for. What's the point in giving me access to all of it if all that's going to happen is I'm going to walk into an area and just die? It's completely pointless. And fucking infuriating, and
you can't assassinate people.
Last
that's
nail
the
in
one thing that never made any sense to me.
Last nail in AC's coffin. That was 2 games in a row. Can't assassinate.
It doesn't matter how big a guy is in this world.
If I'm jumping onto him from a roof with a spear
behind,
he should be dead.
He's fucking done for, mate. If he gets a knife in the throat, he is done for, whatever size man he is. Ain't no man going to survive a knife through the throat.
No. I was kind of hoping that would kind of be a thing that they just got rid of. A bit like when I think it was Revelations, you had to confirm your kill, so you couldn't just assassinate somebody from miles away and run. You had to get up to the body, and I think a lot of people hated that because it was gone very quickly. But yeah, we're not talking about Assassin's Creed. But that's a shame. I was hoping you would get to the end of Biomutant and go, that was actually a lot of fun, and I really liked it because I'm in an iron. I keep seeing it going cheap. I'm like,
nah, don't. I wouldn't advise you to get it. Like the fun bit of it is the Wung Fu, as it's called in the game, is actually quite fun. Once you figure out how to do it all and pick it up and move from piece to piece, it really does flow quite well.
Yeah,
and it gives you bonuses for sort of switching your weapons in between combos and stuff. So if you're quite quick fingered and you're sort of in the middle of your combo and you do your final hit for your combo and then you switch weapons and start a different combo, or like you parry someone and knock them up in the air, knock them around a bit, switch your weapons and slam down into the floor and stuff like that, it gives you quite a lot of bonuses and gives you quite a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I think that in terms of the overall play style, I would have preferred it if they could have kept it sort of forced or made it more sensible for you to do the Wung Fu thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, after 40 hours of the game, I've just got a gun that is just so much better, and I can just stand and just fucking mow everything down in a couple of minutes rather than getting in there and getting stuck in. Now, it's not like my melee weapons do less damage; it just takes longer.
Yeah.
So I've got an electric rifle that literally speeds up the closer it gets to the end of the barrel, and increases damage. And so, like, I've extended the size of the magazine, which is massive, but that increase in speed is exponential. So it gets down to where it was, and then keeps getting faster and faster and faster. So I can literally take out humongous enemies in one clip, and it's just easier than getting in there and trying to beat it up, where they just pick you up and fucking lob you around and stuff,
Yeah.
So I think the balance for the guns over the melee is a bit off, but other than that, story wise, the game, I don't know, man. I'm not overly keen on the narration style. Like, everything's told in a third person.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying.
Which is still utterly bizarre. I'll be absolutely honest with you. Unless it's main story mission, I mostly skip everything because I just don't care to listen to that. Okay, it's difficult to listen to someone talk in a third person after somebody else has spoken. It's just weird. It's weird. It worked on Fable, I guess, but in this one, it's bizarre.
Fair enough.
So I'm playing it, and I'll continue to play it because I've started it, and I don't think I'm a million miles away from finishing it. But I don't think I'd say, oh yeah, go play that. It's great. I wouldn't do that to anyone. Just say, look, if you want something just to knock around and mess about, I'm fine, play it. But
yeah, no, fair enough.
Pick it up for 15 quid, yeah, fine, play it. But I wouldn't generally go, oh fucking yeah, go buy this.
Fair enough. Then I shan't.
But that's it. I've literally played other than Skylanders again a lot. I've not played anything, to be quite honest with you.
I'm in pretty much the same boat, to be fair. I played one game for the last 2 weeks, and even then, it's not like I played it solidly for 2 weeks. I've been doing so many other things. Just the only game I played is Saints Row 3 remastered.
Remastered, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's Saints Row 3 Remastered, which came out last May, I believe, for PS4 and Xbox One, which I bought and enjoyed. I bought on Xbox One and enjoyed, but didn't finish because I fucked up the... Have you guys played Saints Row 3 before?
Yeah, the last time a big naked dude said he could help me, it did not end well.
Yeah. Exactly that. But yeah, so you get like city takeover assistance like twice, in the game. And the best thing to do with them is to use them to get rid of the fucking events that you just can't finish. And I forgot that there was one I couldn't finish. Used up my things and then couldn't finish the one event, so I left it. So I said I want to buy it when Volition said, well, we're remastering the remaster for PS5 and Series X. Newer textures, get a nice little purple glowy light on my PlayStation controller. It looks awesome. I picked it up a couple of weeks after the remaster came out. It cost me, I think, 15 quid, I think. So I've been playing that. It's good. I don't know if this is a statement on the quality of the remaster they put out last year, or the quality of the difference between the version on Xbox and the version on PlayStation. So I possibly need to install Saints Row 3 on the Xbox and then let the Series X patch install and see if I get the same issues. It's got a lot of bugs. It's Saints Row. They're buggy games. It's kind of half the fun of them. But some of these, must have had 8 to 10 game crashes just this week. And I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm just playing the game. I've had more than one occasion where I'm trying to drive a truck or a car and it's just on its side, driving.
It makes you wonder how they can how they've still remastered it, but have failed to fix anything.
But I don't remember seeing any of this. I don't think I had any crashes on the Xbox One, but I don't know if that's because I don't know if it's the Xbox One version is better. I don't know if them doing, upscaling and doing all the extra work they've done for it for the PS5 has caused more issues. I don't think it's taken a patch since it took a patch last week. I lie. So it's had at least one patch, but I tend not to bother checking patch notes and things. I don't know what they were fixing, but it the thing with Saints Row 3, I fucking love Saints Row 3 and 4 and 2 and Get Out of Hell. The whole franchise I genuinely love, but it's very easy to forget that Saints Row 3 is a 10-year-old game and fucking plays like a 10-year-old game. It's got some issues, man. Most of those issues I'm quite happy to overlook because it's a shitload of fun. But I was talking to you guys today, and I rolled the credits on it today, and it's an easy game to platinum, but it's not a quick game to platinum. So I'm sitting there going, do I really want to put the fucking effort in for the grind? Because frankly, I know what's coming, and it can be quite bloody infuriating. Some of it can be really fucking annoying. I've given myself today and tomorrow, and if I haven't finished it by the time the wife gets home from the cinema tomorrow evening, that's it. It's done, and I'm going to move on to something else because I don't want to waste precious game time platinuming a game that I've already platinumed once and finished at least one other time. It's not worth the time commitment, I don't think. So, but it's fun. It's Saints Row. You know what you're getting. Pretty much everybody's played Saints Row 3 and 4, and if you liked it then, you'll like it now. The humour's still there. The humour's still completely dumbass. Bless my long-suffering wife. She sits in the same room as me when I play this game, and I can hear her eyes rolling at the comedy in it. It's just fucking great.
Yeah, I 100% imagine that my lovely partner would have very similar sounding eye rolls at the comedy in Saints Row, and quite a lot of the other the comedic games that I thoroughly enjoy, Conker's Bad Fur Day and The Messenger and quite a few others.
Yeah, The Messenger, Shadow Warrior.
Oh god, yeah, Shadow Warrior would be a belter.
The comedy in all of these, and it's all very similar. It's all just that wrong level of comedy.
It's just cheap, dirty man humour, basically.
And it's
toilet humour.
Yeah, it's great. Literally, at one point in Saints Row 3, you're playing a video game where you have to play a video game, and your avatar is a toilet.
Yeah.
This is
some assholes in my pool.
They're genuinely it's so dumb and it's so much fun, and I want to platinum this just to say I've done it, and just so I can keep playing it for a bit. I kind of want to play 4 again. I was talking to the wife about it the other day, and I don't think she's seen the opening scene for 4, which is the ultimately most stupid fucking thing that's ever happened in a video game ever. And I don't think I ever finished Get Out of Hell, so I kind of want to go back and finish that as well. So this has kind of kicked me up the arse, and I know that Volition are working on 5, so constantly reminding myself that these games exist keeps me constantly excited for a new one. And I don't buy into the what can they fucking do now, because what could they do after 3? Oh look, fucking alien invasion. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I'm not worried about it whatsoever. I know it's going to be fun, and I can't wait. But yeah, I've been playing Saints Row 3. It's a bit buggy. It's starting to show its age a little bit. But I would still play this over an awful lot of other games.
Yep.
But that's me, boys.
Definitely. Yeah, short and sweet for gaming then this month.
Yeah.
Fortnight.
Month technically counts.
As you guys know, as Lee knows, because it spams his phone when it happens. I've installed all 3 Dishonored games to my PlayStation.
Yeah, it's nice to know what you're getting up to.
I think you can turn it off. I'm pretty sure you can turn it off.
Bothered, mate. It doesn't bother me. It only pops up on my watch when what was I doing? I think I was swimming with Arthur, and I looked at my watch and went, he's downloading shit.
It did it to you when you were in the cinema the other week, and it was installing all my Dead Island DLC, didn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, it was doing it to me as well, and I was going, fuck, I hope that's not pinging on Lee's phone, because that's going to really annoy him.
No, it's fine. I really wanted to go cinema and take him cinema this week, but the fucking listing gash.
There's nothing on, is there?
I've got literally Space Jam or Peter Rabbit 2, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking see either of those. I know the Croods 2 is out, but I've already got that digitally, so I'm not fucking ridiculous.
I don't have the Croods 2 digitally. I think because it's not out till next week, is it? Or it's out on Friday.
Came out fucking months ago, didn't it? And now they're just showing it in the cinemas now.
Don't know. It's not appeared on my radar anywhere.
Probably a good call, to be honest. Might be half dull as the first one.
I didn't mind the first one, but yeah, there's not much kid stuff around at the moment.
I really don't want to see Space Jam.
I kind of want to see it out of curiosity, but I also know it's going to be utter shit. But
the little fucker only wants to go and eat a massive box of popcorn because he knows I don't eat it.
Yeah,
we don't eat much of it.
Well, we have popcorn in the house when we watch films. When we go cinema, the little shit has pick and mix and goes fucking hyper.
Oh, fucking God. No wonder you can't afford a mortgage.
I know, right?
That stuff's pricey. We're very lucky in that we've got a Sainsbury's right next to the cinema.
Yeah.
And so the pick and mix is identical, but about a quarter of the price.
Yeah, so I mean, to be fair, because we go cinema a lot, so for us it tends to be, one for me, for my popcorn, I have my big popcorn 1 film a month, because otherwise, well, 1, I'd be broke, or more broke than I am, and 2, I'd be 3 times the size I am as well. And we'd say the same for her. Like, usually we go Tesco's or got an Asda just around the corner, and £5 for £1 for the little packets of sweets and that. Grab a few of them. We'll take them in with you, and you can munch your way through them while we watch a film. 1 film a month. Pick your big film in a month, and then you can have your pick and mix. So she had it last weekend when we went to see Black Widow. But yeah, there's nothing on at the moment. But cinemas are still trying to recoup their money. Kids' films don't make that much money, unfortunately.
No, I suppose not.
Marvel films do, which is why Black Widow's taken over everything.
I mean, I could technically take Arthur to see Black Widow, but I probably won't.
There's that wrong with it that I wouldn't show a kid. I know it's 12A rated, but there's nothing in there that I wouldn't show a kid. Depends how sensitive he is, I suppose.
It's pretty.
I'm trying to decide whether to go to the cinema for Black Widow or to just buy it on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'm not doing.
Because
I'm trying
I
to
don't
steer
have
guns.
a Cineworld card anymore, so it's going to be roughly the same price.
Yeah, better experience in the cinema though. I prefer a nice big screen, and a dark room. But that's just
Yeah, my
me.
nearest Cineworld is also Sixfields.
Super screen in Sixfields isn't too bad. I've been in there a couple of times. It's not bad. There. And that was the Character Unlock Film Podcast. Thank you for joining
Yay.
us.
Yeah.
Did you guys know there is a Among Us is getting a physical release?
What?
There is on game the Among Us Ejected Edition and the Among Us Imposter Edition. The Imposter Edition is 45 quid.
Fuck that.
The Ejected Edition is 75 quid. The standard physical edition is £28 across all consoles.
No, but there's no. Everything's.
Console
What?
stickers, maps, redeemable code for 6 PC. Why does it come in a box? What's the big box for?
Apparently.
Purple
give
crewmate
you
plush.
Alright.
Okay, I mean I'll take the crewmate plush, but not for £75 fucking pound. I won't.
I was going to say, you could probably get the purple crewmate plush for like 20 quid on just, well, Etsy.
I mean the purple crewmate plush is also in the £45 edition. Oh, also has a crewmate fleece blanket, a red imposter beanie. Spinning into there's a load of shit. None of this. I mean, it's Among Us, man. It's not worth £45.
I was going to say, it sounds like you get a digital copy of the game and then just a load of crap.
No, it's got a steelbook. Limited edition steelbook.
That doesn't mean that the steelbook contains an actual disc with the game on it.
Well, that would be terrible.
Or a cartridge for the Switch version.
That would be fucking terrible.
So, here you go. Have a steelbook and a digital code inside.
Fuck you.
I mean, it's steelbook or not.
They might as well just have a box that you open and it punches you in the face.
Yeah.
Don't say that
But
too loud
drops
because
jelly bean in your
Nintendo
mouth.
could definitely market that.
Yeah, but they'd only sell it for a month, so you'd probably never get hold of it anyway. And then it'd be worth 1.5 million in 20 years.
If you can get two.
Providing you kept it in his box. If you never open it, you never get that punch in the face. It's worth more money.
Yeah. Although in 20 years' time, the punch in the face will be a skeleton hand.
Be a bit dusty. It's all good. Makes it worth more. All right, boys. Let's say goodnight. Until the next time, John, my friend, where can people find you?
So I am on Twitter as the John_CU. Xbox Live is Long Dong Silver.
Cool. And Lee?
I am on Twitter as the John_CU and on Xbox as Long Dong Silver.
Cool. I am also on Twitter at the John_CU and on Xbox as Long Dong Silver. And if you don't like listening to us individually or talking to us individually, you want to listen to us as a team, we are everywhere as the John_CU.
Why can't you change it to your gamer tag to Long Arm Silver? That's much funnier.
Because I don't have just the one long arm anymore. I've currently got two long arms because my forearms are on display because it's a short sleeve shirt.
See, I want to change all of my gamer tags, but all the ones I want to change it to are taken. I briefly considered changing mine to Clint Beastwood. But some fuckers got that already. I don't know who they are, but I will find them and kill them.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what you change yours to now. You get the little hash code
you get
on Xbox now.
You get the fucking numbers now. What is this shit? Is that fucking WinMX? Piss off, man. Don't need numbers.
I had an old friend that had loves to spooge, which is from South Park.
Yeah.
I think that was Cartman's game attack, but he got forced to change it.
Really?
And I think he changed it to loves to mung. Don't Google what munging
No,
is.
don't.
It's pretty fucking grim. I really hope he doesn't actually love to mung.
Right. Now we've really brought the tone down. Gentlemen.
Have we?
Well, yeah.
But we just hover around that fucking basin all the time, don't we?
I was gonna say,
Pretty much. Just start off
we're in
circling the
toilet,
drain.
It's just occasionally someone flushes it.
Yeah.
Just that skid mark at the bottom of
We
the bottle.
flushed it last week, but the floater came fucking back, didn't he?
It was 2 weeks ago. Lee, come on, get your maths right.
Sorry, my bad.
All right. But before someone takes this personal, gentlemen, say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, boys.
Good night.
Such a cunt.